Alright guys, welcome back. This is the last video in the Externalities series of videos. So, I know you can see the answers. Don't worry, I'm not blind. Okay. So, I really wanted to show you the answers because that way you can see at the same time that I am about um, why we can basically explain why it's the answer. Okay. Which is most important because then you can take that forward in the exam because then now you know why it's the answer. You can know what the question is. So this is going to be better this way. So let's take a look at it. So if you have not watched the positive externality or the negative externality video, I highly recommend watching those to prepare you for these practice questions. Okay. I will be linking this document to all three videos. That way you have it, and it will be on the study tool sheet. Okay. So if you want to check out either thing, check out the study tools. It will be there. Or check the link in the description below and you can access this document. So let's take a look at this one. Number 20. Positive externalities include what? So basically, what are some things that cause a spillover effect? A spillover benefit, right? So is it infrastructure investments? If you do investments, does this lead to more benefits? Yes, right? For instance, if I invest in capital, by investing in capital, I can increase my capital stock, which increases my production possibilities, right? If I do employee training, right, not only does this help the employee do their job, but this could help them do something else. Sales for other businesses in the same area. So the idea here is that if movie theaters, like if there's a new movie, okay, and the movie theater is selling more movie tickets, are you selling more popcorn? Yes, because of the benefits, the marginal private benefits of the movies, you are also having a social benefit for the popcorn. Okay, so sales for other businesses in the same area, and then the network effect. Basically, the idea here is that the more people you have demanding the product, the better it is. So, for instance, if you had a small town, there's not a lot of demand for Uber or Amazon. But if you had more people demanding Amazon, then Amazon would move to your city. And now, right, you get the benefits of Amazon and your society gets the benefits as well. So the network effect is basically saying by you and society demanding this product, it's actually benefiting everybody. So E, all of these are examples of positive externalities. 17. A Pagovian tax will result in what? So remember, Pagovian tax. This was a tax on negative externalities. Okay? And remember, we put a tax. It's a per unit tax equal to the MEC, right, in the margin of external cost. And why do we do this? What are we trying to do with the tax? We're trying to decrease quantity and increase price. Now, where are we increasing price to? Right, we have our private benefit, private cost. We have our MSC, right? So we're trying to get here, right? So we're trying to get our social cost equal to our price. See, by having a tax, you're trying to get to the social cost, and you're trying to increase the price to the social cost. Okay, so that's why the Progovian tax will result in the price, the marginal social cost equal price. The private sector will not provide for a public good or service due to the a couple of these questions have to do with public goods. Okay, if you struggle with public goods, please let me know. I'd be happy to make videos about them. But public goods, right? Remember, are non-rival and non-excludable. Non-rival meaning that we can both consume at the same time, and non-excludable meaning you don't have to pay to consume or to benefit. So basically, why would you not provide? Why would the why would a private sector meaning businesses, why would a business not provide public goods or services? Well, how can they make money if you don't have to pay to benefit? That would be the free rider problem. Okay, so that's why they don't provide public goods. They ride in a taxi cab. Well, how can I ride in a taxi cab? I need to pay. So if I need to pay, this is excludable. And if it's excludable, it's a private good. Christopher recently moved out of his parents' house and purchased his own home. He worked all summer in the front and backyard lawns and gardens to make his house look nice. Christopher's new neighbors all appreciated the hard work he put into the outside of his house as it helped beautify their block and neighborhood. The results of Chris' efforts are known as. So he has his efforts, right? Like it's he's making his house look nice. Marginal private benefits. Now his neighbors all appreciate this. The marginal external benefits. Okay. So the results of his efforts, right? So because of this, he's causing this. And that would be the spillover effect. Remember, the spillover effect was you're having your benefits, and because you're benefiting, it's spilling over extra benefits. Spilling over. So the spillover effect. Number 13, regulation antitrust laws. Okay, so why do we do regulation antitrust laws? Well, we want to reduce inefficiencies. Remember how I said antitrust is anti-monopolies? Well, the reason we're anti-monopolies is because we want to reduce inefficiencies. And how can we reduce inefficiencies? Well, we need to do price regulation, such as price equals ATC, or we need to do taxes. Okay. Okay. Now, what we're trying to do is reduce inefficiencies to benefit society. So, what's another way we can benefit society? Well, is it to, we're not trying to do these to encourage competition. Like, what happens before that? Promoting positive externalities. Okay, we're doing these, we're promoting the positive externalities so we can do the competition. Okay, you need to, right now you're inefficient because of the under allocation. And so you need to promote the positive externality to where you could be efficient. 14. A private business will not produce a good like a public radio station because of the free rider problem. A private business will not do a public good because of the free rider problem. As income rises, that's progressive tax. If you don't know about the tax system, please let me know. But there's the three types. There's progressive, which means you're progressing. And what I mean by progressing is that if your income goes up, your tax rates go up, you're paying more in taxes. Regressive means that if your income goes up, your tax rates go down. And then proportional means that if your income goes up, your tax rates are the same. They're the same for everybody. And a flat tax is also known as a proportional tax. A Pagovian subsidy, remember a Pagovian subsidy? You're going to translate that into a subsidy for positive externality. Okay, and why do you do the externality? Well, we do the externality. Why do you do the subsidy? Well, your marginal private benefits, marginal private costs. You have a positive externality, which is external benefits. So this is your marginal social benefit. This is your marginal social cost. Right now, your market is under allocating. How can you make more? You need a subsidy, and you need a subsidy to where now your MSB is equal to the supply, the marginal social cost, which is also equal to your marginal private cost, which sometimes is also referred to as the supply curve, as I mentioned in the first video with demand and supply. So 16 will be D. 17, which is the following, is a type of private good. So personal automobile, right? Excludable. Law enforcement provided by a police car, public good. Delivery by police, by a pizza delivery, that would be rival and excludable. Rental car, personal truck, same thing. Those are all rival and excludable. 19. If firms underproduce a good and charge too high a price, it is likely what? So right now, marginal private benefits, marginal private cost. So right now you are underproducing. So you need to produce more, okay? And you charge a price that's too high. So here's your market price. So you need to decrease price. You need to be right. You need to be right here. So you need to be at this quantity. Okay? So how can we do that? Well, it looks like we need a positive externality. Okay, you have a positive externality because you are currently underproducing. Okay. Now, how do you solve the externality? You do a subsidy. Okay. But nothing here says that you do a subsidy. The question is saying because you're underproducing, it is likely there is a positive externality that exists. Now, if you're wondering, well, price is too high, yes, because here's the deal. If you want to produce more, right, then producers need a higher price. And if you want to produce more, the consumers have to pay a lower price. And that just makes sense, right? Because at a lower price, consumers buy more stuff. At a higher price, producers make more stuff. So right now the price is too high. So we need a lower price. And how can we lower price? Subsidy. So in this question here, a positive externality exists. It is not E because it says nothing about the government doing anything. Because it says it underproduces, this means we have a positive externality. You're not doing enough. Demand for a public good. Anytime you see the demand for a public good, that's a vertical sum. A private good would be a horizontal sum. An externality, does it cause the equilibrium price to be artificially high? No. It's not artificial, right? Because it's what's best for society. Exists when a market cannot reach equilibrium. Well, that's not true. The market does do equilibrium. They do marginal private benefits equals marginal private cost. But what an externality is that it results in an equilibrium that does not maximize the total benefit to society, which is MSB equals MSC. And that's the difference there. Okay? An externality is an action. Nope, it's not an action. It's the extra benefit or the extra cost to society. 20, 25. In the absence of intervention, imperfect competition, externalities, public goods, and imperfect information. What's going to happen here? Well, if you have externalities, if you don't have public goods, um, if you don't have the government basically doing some of these things, you are going to be having a market failure. Market failure. Okay. Imagine if you didn't have national defense, police cars. Imagine if you never produced the social optimal. If you never produce the social optimal, you will be having a market failure. A loud party in the neighborhood is disturbing people living nearby who would like to sleep. So, right here, you're causing extra cost, okay? Because you are doing something, your marginal private cost, you're disturbing others. So that's the external cost. So, what is likely to lead to the efficient solution? Well, we have our marginal private benefits, marginal private cost, because we have the external cost. This will be the marginal social cost. So how can we get to the social? You need a tax, okay? And you need a tax, a per unit tax equal to the marginal external cost. And the marginal external cost is what the cost of them not sleeping. Okay? What would the government what could the government do to most efficiently avoid the free rider problem? Well, what they could do is that they could just supply the public goods with tax dollars. Basically, if you live in the city, you pay taxes. That way you can use that's how we could pay for the public good. Okay. So it's not doing the antitrust laws, right? It's not about the information. It's really about finding a way to get more people to pay for it. Because the whole point of the free rider problem is that you can do it without paying for it. But by using the tax dollars to pay for it, right, you as a citizen have to pay your taxes. So that's how we do it. 11. Education makes Chris a better worker, voter, parent, and citizen because the benefits from education go beyond those that Chris enjoys himself. So Chris enjoys himself for the education, marginal private benefit, and the benefits go beyond him. So that's the marginal external benefits. So this means he's creating a positive externality. And if there is a positive externality, right, you are not doing enough. How can you do more? You need a subsidy. Okay? The whole point of this, or the why it's not A and why it's not E or anything, is that it goes his private benefits and his external benefits. That's an externality. Number 12, when a negative externality exists as a result of the production of a good, the social optimal quantity of output could be achieved by, okay, so basically you have a negative externality, which means right now your market quantity is more than your social quantity. So you are producing too much. So we have said if you're producing too much, you need a tax. Okay, so let's see what the answers are. Should you have free market capitalism? No. This right here is the free market. And as you can see, the free market is producing too much. Should we place limits on quantities? Yes, because as a tax, we're trying to decrease quantity. So that would do it. Should we government purchases the good? No, that's not what we're trying to do. Set a minimum of the quantity that could be produced. No, right? Because if you set a minimum, right, you can just keep producing too much. You need a maximum. and then subsidizing the education, the production. No, you need a tax. So B. Okay. So that'll be it for the externalities series. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. If you need help on anything else, please feel free to leave me a comment below. I'd be happy to help you out. But I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, have a good day. Bye.